I bought this pretty floral organza fabric from Dora website. I decided to do my shopping online because I was particularly lazy and did not feel like going out to buy fabrics. There is a risk involved in online shopping, but I occasionally take risks. First, I stitched two basting stitches on one side of the fabric, which will help in creating gathers. This is nothing but the longest stitch on your machine. I took out one thread from the above stitch and one thread from the second stitch and started pulling together to create gathers. This process is super time consuming, but when you start seeing the gathers, it is so satisfying. I was watching a crime documentary while doing this, so that kept me going. After all that gathering process, this is how it's gonna look. I have used 5 meters of fabric and this is already looking so pretty. Using the shown formula, I cut out half circle for the lining of the skirt. I then attached the lining to the main fabric. Stitching gathered fabric is always tricky, but after a while you will get a hang of it. After that, I pressed the gathers so that it looks really nice. Time to add a zipper. I marked 10 inches on the front side and the back side on both the sides of the skirt. I double folded and stitched the main fabric and also the lining fabric. After that, I folded right sides together and pinned it up just to keep it in place and marked 1 inch as shown in the video. Now I'm gonna stitch this 1 inch horizontally and then go down all the way till the end. I then pinned the zipper so that it becomes easy to sew. Now I'm gonna put up stitches very closely to the zipper so that it looks really clean once it's done. And then I stitched the other side of the zipper and this is how it looks. I then cut out the fabric for belt. The length will be the waist measurement plus 3 inches and the width will be 3 inches. I cut out lining fabric, the main fabric and the fusing. After that, I placed the lining fabric on the sticky side of the fusing and then pressed it so that it attaches with the fusing. I kind of burned the fabric a bit, but I have no energy to do this all over again, so I'm gonna work with what I have. And then I placed the main fabric and stitched it on the edges of the fabric. After that, I folded the belt and marked as shown by leaving ½ inch on the edge and stitched it wherever I have marked. I did this on the other side as well. I then placed the belt on the skirt as shown in the video and pinned it and stitched it all the way to the other side of the skirt. Once that's done, I folded the belt by ½ inch and pinned it up and stitched it as shown in the video. So basically, whenever I fail to explain something is when I say as shown in the video. Sometimes my brain gives up, and good thing is you can learn by just watching the video as well. Lastly, I added the hook and eye and the skirt was ready. I have added extra hooks so that I can have extra belly space to fit in all the wedding food. I have cut out the blouse pattern. It is really difficult to explain it in one video. I'll try to make a separate video on how to make blouse pattern, but this is what it looks like. I have cut out 2 lining fabrics and 1 main fabric and 1 back lining fabric and 1 back main fabric. I'm gonna attach the main fabric to the lining fabric by sewing them on the edges. On the back, first I'm gonna put dart on the main fabric and the lining fabric and then attach it together. I then attached the front panels together. I also did that for another lining piece. After that, I placed the lining fabric with wrong sides facing each other and then I stitched it on all the edges. After that, I placed the back panel and the front panel with right sides facing together and stitched the shoulders. Instead of sleeves, I decided to just add pleats around the armhole. So for the pleats, I cut out 2 straps with 35 inches in length and 2 inches in width. And for the second one, I cut out 35 inches in length and 4 inches in width. So I cut out 4 straps in total for 2 armhole. And then I folded both the straps and put up a stitch on the edges. And then I placed the small strap on top of the big strap and sewed it together. And then I started folding the straps to create pleats. This looks so satisfying to watch in time lapse. I then placed these pleats on the armhole as shown in the video and pinned it and stitched it. I also did a top stitch for the clean finish. I cut out a bias tape and folded it and placed it on the right side of the blouse and stitched it as shown in the video. After that, I folded it downward and put up a top stitch so that it becomes easy to fold it and do the hemming. I then folded it inwards and did a hand hemming. I followed the same process for the neck as well. Around the curves, I snipped it so that it becomes easy to fold while hemming. After that, I aligned the sides and I put up a stitch on both the sides. And then I took up a strap and folded it on the edges and then sewed it on the edges. Once it is sewed, I folded it inward, pinned it up and did the hand hemming as shown in the video. For the other side, I placed the strap inward and folded it on the edges and stitched it as shown in the video. I then folded the edges and placed it around the first stitch and pinned it up and stitched it. And the last step is I added the hooks on one side and I on the other side, and I followed the same process to do the above straps. I love the flare. I have used around 5 meters of fabric for the skirt and 2.5 meters for the dupatta and 1 meter for the blouse.